Welcome back to The Woody Show, everybody. I did have an email that I wanted to read here. It's a follow-up. Now, Seabass, he already admitted, after doing his research and going back over 1,000 years worth of research on home-in versus hone-in.
Yeah, I did some fact-checking for the people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so,
it is a debate that lasted a millennium.
And so Seabass has admitted that he was wrong. What?
Initially, I was a bit rash.
Yeah.
Probably misheard something. But that's cool. We can move on now and forget about that.
All right.
Yeah.
But look, it's good. People were wondering, right?
Yeah.
Because it was a big thing.
And people were on both sides of the hot seat argument between Menace and Seabass over Seabass's secret girlfriend. Caitlin had wrote in. She said, "I'm sorry, but I had to say something about the Seabass secret girlfriend hot seat conversation. Maybe Seabass thought that this secret girlfriend is a delicate flower whose emotions will immediately be crushed if she is exposed, quote unquote, on the radio. But as a 23-year-old woman myself, maybe I can provide some insight. And no, she wouldn't be.
Oh.
If I was in what I believe to be an official relationship with somebody that I knew was a radio personality, I would think it was weird that he never brought me up. You guys talk about so much personal stuff on your show. As to his defense that he wasn't her boyfriend, wouldn't she be aware of that too? So why would it matter if on the air everyone teases you for pretending not to have a girlfriend when you both knew that you weren't exclusive? Also, if she was openly all over social media asking about you, sounds like she wasn't the sensitive private type you're trying to make her out to be. Maybe what really happened is that you were leading her on, possibly telling her that you had to say that you were single on the radio. So if the Woody Show put you in the hot seat for it, it would show that you weren't forced to say that you were single on the air, thus revealing to her that you had been leading her on. If Menace is right and you threw such a hissy fit, I bet there was more than one girl you were casually dating who would have been upset, not with the show for bringing it up, but at you for lying to them about how open the relationship was or wasn't.
There's every single one of these statements has, I believe, and I assume.
Yeah, because they're not part of it, but like that's what the evidence leads.
And you have been busted for that in the past.
Sorry for the long response, but I had to back everyone's little buddy Menace since he was struggling to fight back against a crying Seabass. Me love that is Caitlin.
First off, there was no crying to be had, number one. There was no fighting back to be had, number two. This was a dirty, underhanded, unethical, as Ravy had said, stolen private messages were sent to Menace. He then says, "Ooh, hey, look what I got. Woody, look at this gossip."
The girl, in the email, was all over our social media, and I wasn't the one that brought it to the forefront.
Right.
People were texting into the show.
If only there was a way to go right to the source. And we do have Secret Girlfriend on the phone. Hello, Secret Girlfriend.
Oh, hi, Secret Girlfriend.
Hello, everybody.
All right, now I can tell it's her because Seabass's face is just
a little redder than it was a second ago.
Okay, now, is this Secret Girlfriend, Seabass?
I have said off the air and on the air, I made it perfectly clear that this is a private matter that I do not wish to discuss.
Oh, no, you!
Wow.
No, you said she would cry.
Yeah, you were making the argument about her.
She would
I
cry,
said I didn't want to.
Ruin her week.
You are ignoring my request by goading this out, by putting this on the air when I said I had no intention of discussing
history.
This is a spin. This is
not a spin.
Yes, it is. Because your whole argument was about that she would be upset. You were protecting her.
And indeed, when
it wasn't about you.
And indeed, when we talked a few weeks ago, she was very upset. Thank you guys for ruining someone's day. Number two, I have made that.
Okay,
I made that perfectly clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to hear. So, were you upset at first?
No, yes, I was upset at first because Seabass was hardcore denying me when it's all public, it's all out there. And he was like, oh, it's going to ruin her day. One, it ruins my day even more when he denies me and calls me his slam piece.
Okay.
Okay.
You were a secret girlfriend for how long?
Since June of 2019.
Okay. So it's been a while. But the thing is, you were, and just to answer some of the claims here, these secret messages that we hacked or whatever, you came to what you thought was a place to get advice on this situation, true or false?
True. I went to the Woody Show Facebook page, and I have a few friends on there who I know are close with Menace. Mm-hmm. And so I messaged one of them knowing that they would go to Menace because I knew that if I emailed the show, Seabass would see it directly.
Now, are you calling us from the cave that Seabass has you locked away in?
Yeah, blink twice if you need help.
I'm definitely in the cave where Seabass keeps me.
Again,
She puts the lotion in the basket.
I didn't seek out this information.
my big concern.
I just want to make that clear. I didn't seek out this stuff.
And to be clear on my position, when Seabass was defending Your Honor, saying that he did not want this to ruin your day or whatever, that's why we initially didn't have it on the air. Because I was concerned. And then
you let Menace bring it back up in a sneaky, slimy way.
And
you encouraged him.
No, I didn't know he was going to bring it up. That wasn't part of the plan.
Absolutely.
But you encouraged it once he did it. You said,
I
okay.
think Menace has a right.
Menace has a right to bring up a completely unrelated topic.
It was the hot seat. I brought up another hart seat that
we had already agreed not to talk about.
No, because
and
you
the
cried.
defense for something completely different.
You cried in the office and you didn't want to.
I did not cry in the office.
Secret girlfriend, what kind of questions might we be able to answer for you? Or like what questions are still out there lingering in your mind, so we can give you some peace here?
Okay, so the one question lingering in my mind is, if Seabass was so uncomfortable with me, why didn't he just cut it off when I originally came out to Los Angeles? Why would he keep me in his wraps, texting me 24/7? If he was actually uncomfortable, why would he still keep talking to me?
Yeah. Now, did you have the conversation you thought you were in an exclusive relationship?
Yes, because we would go out on trips. He would watch my dog. He has my house keys. Doesn't that say exclusive?
Well, did you have a conversation about that? Because Seabass claims that you hadn't had an actual conversation about being officially exclusive.
Every time I would ask him about it, he would just deflect and change the subject.
That sounds about right. It does.
So my thing is...
Well, no, let's see if we can kind of get an answer on that for her.
Okay.
I had mentioned this before, and I will Marshawn Lynch this. I'll stand by my case. That I did not want this to be a public discussion on this air.
So have you been asking him privately or off the air? Because you did say that you wanted to come on. She did tell us that she wanted to come on.
Right.
Once she heard that Seabass was saying that she didn't want any part of this, which wasn't true, which is why she's on right now. Because just
you guys goaded her into this by keeping
not at all.
No, you could have told Menace, "Hey, Menace, this has nothing to do with anything," and you could have shut up.
Do you feel goaded into this, secret girlfriend?
So Seabass didn't want me to go on the air because he wanted to protect his butt.
Yeah, well, that's my whole question, because his argument in the office that he was crying about, saying that it would ruin her day and it would ruin her life. She would be super upset. Obviously, that's not happening. So why are you still being super weird about this?
That did
She's
happen.
perfectly fine.
Well, yeah, here we are weeks later. It did happen. I asked, and you guys are such scumbags on this, because I asked, I made the perfect analogy with Woody and his kids, or hell, when Greg got divorced, was it let's dig into some private messages between Greg and his ex-wife?
Dude, again, I didn't
totally
go
different.
seek this information.
Different level.
She was on our social media.
And an ethical person would have said, you know what, this isn't for the air.
I would have swept this under the rug, but you're the one
who I begged you to put it on the air? No, I said exactly the opposite at every step of the way.
And if Greg's ex-wife had hit us up and said that she wanted to come on and clear up a couple things, I would have definitely had her on.
But that would be after you guys, again, you goaded this into happening.
And if I lied and said, she's so upset, doesn't want you to, and then she wasn't, why would I say that? And then stick
I didn't say
to
she
it.
would be continually upset for a month.
And there's some other reason you're being super weird about this.
Okay, so let's just assume all the things that you suspected are true. This wasn't something that he wanted people to know about. He does like to keep a lot of things close to the vest. He likes to keep things he's a very mysterious person, and which leads us to wonder what was it about him that attracted to him in the first place?
Okay, so I wanted to see if it was actually true, if I could slide into his DMs and he would answer me, because he claims that you have to be an 8 or higher. And so I slid into his DMs. He answered me, we hit it off, and I was like, okay, you seem pretty cool. You don't seem like the douchebag that you are on the air. And so I was like, hey, is it cool if I fly out to LA and hang out?
Oh, where were you living? That's right, you moved out. So where were you living at the time?
Detroit, Michigan.
Right, okay. So did you move out here under the idea that this was you were moving for a guy? In this case, Seabass?
So he was a big part of why I moved out here, but I also moved out here for myself, and I got a good job.
Oh,
so
good.
That's good.
That's awesome.
That's good.
And the weather doesn't suck.
Yeah,
it's
fun
place being in Detroit over winter.
Sure.
Yeah, and so like when you are now with Seabass in your mind as a boyfriend girlfriend, does he have a tendency to be very much over the top when it comes to public displays of affection, the way that we have seen in the past?
Yes. He can be very over the top. Like, I remember the first time I, flew out there, we were standing in front of a bar. He was grabbing my backside and, kissing me and everything.
Yeah, and but you felt like this was just normal boyfriend-girlfriend type stuff.
Yeah, I mean... Basically.
Okay. Well, then that brings me to the next question. He claims to be super stud in the bedroom. How would you grade his how would you grade his sex performance?
I feel like he wouldn't want me to answer that.
Well, then, I think he's kind of screwed you over. I think he kind of could answer that, and I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. Well, he's good.
He's good. Yeah. That's it?
I mean, shout out to Blue Chew, I guess.
Oh!
There you go. Promo code Woody.
Is he, would you call that would you say he's an attentive lover?
Yes. He definitely
not
wants
selfish?
to satisfy you.
Okay. All right. Well, so that's not bad.
That's great.
That's better than I expected. I expected that he'd probably be a little bit more selfish of a lover, thinking he's doing you a favor by having sex with you.
That's a good endorsement.
Is his penis as great as he claims, or would you say it's average, above average, or below average?
Definitely. It's a little bit above average.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. A little bit above average. See, this is working out for you, Seabass.
Yeah.
I don't know why
you're coming out great.
I'm still Marshawn Lynch in this.
I don't know why
He is not going to participate.
So where do things go from here? Because now, you kind of know where everything's at. You're moving on, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I definitely don't really want to deal with it anymore. I'm tired of guessing, what we are, because he won't even have the conversation. So I'm just okay, you come to me when you want to. I'll be over here.
Don't do that.
It kind of sounds like ghosting, almost.
Yeah.
Seabass, did you disappear on her?
Yeah, from the transcripts that I've read, ghosting was
again,
involved.
Marshawn Lynch.
So yes?
Did you ghost her?
I'm not going to talk about this relationship on the air.
Okay. I mean, it sounds a little bit ghosty.
Yeah.
He ghosted me, and he didn't talk to me until Menace brought it up on the air. That was it.
Okay.
From the public
And then it was
information that I have read.
Public?
That was
Private
public.
messages that were forwarded.
No.
She's since posted.
Well, yeah, because you guys goaded her into it by bringing it up on the air.
And we've never met her. How can we goad her into anything?
Because you talked about it on the air.
She was. I didn't even know her name.
You don't have to know who
She
she is.
chose
She
to
knows
do this
who.
huge post.
And we've never...
After the fact.
We've
She
never mentioned her
contacted
name.
the show, dude. I'm
That doesn't.
sorry.
I'm not saying you're outing her who she is as a person. I'm saying you knew by talking about it on the air, she would hear it and would respond. This is
She
classic.
wanted to be.
I truly didn't give it that much thought.
Dude, she
Muckraking
really didn't.
talked
scumbaggery.
about on the air.
Mostly from Menace, but also more
No,
from
dude,
Woody.
that's weak. She contacted the show publicly. She wanted to be talked about on
After
the air
you guys goaded
because
into it.
you were hiding her.
She's on the phone. We could
Sorry.
ask her.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you feel goaded into making that post?
Yeah.
No, I made it. It's public. It's out there. And Seabass was hiding me, so I wanted to be known.
Yeah, I mean, look at the extent
Right there,
people
wasn't goaded.
if they're feeling something in a relationship, they're not sure if someone's cheating or whatnot. Look at the extent that people will go. They'll start snooping through phones or emails and everything else. So I can completely understand why she would go somewhere trying to find information to answer a question.
And
that she had.
a reasonable, ethical person would have said, you know what, this isn't for the air. You're right, Sebastian.
Oh.
I'm going to respect your
all of a
wishes.
sudden you're an ethical person.
Dude,
Get out of here.
try not being a dick 24/7, and then maybe we would have swept
That's
it on
deflecting
the rug.
again right
no,
there.
it's honest truth.
If you're an ethical person, you treat all people equal under the law.
No, sorry, not dicks.
Well, secret girlfriend, my advice is, look, I mean, this is obviously not going to be a boyfriend-girlfriend situation that you had, in your mind that it was going to be. I would not say that you should leave yourself open to, well, I'll be over here, and so whenever, don't do that to yourself. You deserve better than that.
Change your locks.
Change your locks.
Getting ghosted is so weak.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but don't. It doesn't matter. This is Seabass. This is the same advice I would give to anybody. Like you gotta
pick yourself up, dust yourself off.
Don't be that person who is just there when the keg goes dry, so to speak.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you have a good job. You said you got a good job. You're living in a place that you wanted to live, and you have like this adventure in front of you. And so just take advantage of that. As you hear on the show, there are plenty of fish out there.
That's right. There are plenty.
There are plenty of fish out there.
Of course.
Secret girlfriend, you were together for 8 months, so my calculation of relationship rules, we're going to round it up to 1 day. You get 1 day to feel really bad about this whole thing, and then you got to move on.
Then moving on.
You have you got a great job right off the bat after moving to a very big city.
Very competitive city.
So, take some pride in that. You're going to meet somebody else. And, just hang in there. But don't leave yourself open to, getting your heart broken again by somebody who very clearly has made it clear that, they don't necessarily want that type of relationship. He's not saying he doesn't like you. He's just saying that he doesn't want to be boyfriend, girlfriend. Otherwise, that would have happened by now, don't you think?
Of course.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I hope you at least got
girlfriend.
some more insight. And thank
We're
you.
rooting for you.
Thank you for reaching out. Feel free to reach out anytime. We're always here for you. Seabass, I don't know.
Yeah, he won't answer.
Thank you. Me love.
All right, me love.
We love.
All right, there you go. There's a secret girlfriend.
Bye.
She's really nice.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right.
I agree with the 661. Seems like a new low for you. Menace is like a petty teenage girl as usual.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm cool with
All right,
that.
here's the Woody Show. We'll be right back.
More next. Maybe they'll hurt each other in the hallway running for the bathroom. Maybe. The Woody Show.